1 to 10, how much do you trust the government? The bar talk gets hot this week as you sound off against the feds, live on the Brew.
So this actually might be the first episode of the Brew where the CIA shows up at our door live and takes one of us away, because we want to know, how much do you trust the government? So Joel, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much?
I'm going to go with 1. There's a good reason for it. There's so many lies over the years, but there's also this, we depend on them. We pay them with our tax dollars. So, a lot of it is you still have to be invested. You just shouldn't take anything for face value that they say. It's all got to be fact checked. And even then, don't automatically rely on anything.
There you go. That's an interesting answer. Very good. All right, so 1 is your number. So on my scale, 1 to 10, I'm picking 3. And you're correct. When you watch the campaign ads, it's just promise, we're going to lower taxes, we're going to do this for you, we're going to do that for you. And like 9 times out of 10, none of those pan out. I'll give them a couple points for one thing, though. When there is, like, say, a big disaster in your area, eventually they will roll on in and get the power back on. They'll get your water for the most part. Now, yes, I know they screwed up Katrina there in New Orleans and stuff like that, but they're doing a little bit better with that. But outside of that, pretty much any time government gets involved in something, it ends up being just a damn nightmare. And the bureaucracy to get anything done. And then the other thing is, being a little guy, it just feels like it's all about them sometimes. So it's whatever they can do to better themselves, not necessarily you or I.
Right. And you got to think, too, the more agencies that are involved with any one subject, the more there's going to be all kinds of different opinions and all kinds of different, did it pass this? Oh, it's great over here. We investigated it. And then it goes somewhere else and it's something totally different. Or it could get through 2 different agencies and get to the third one, and then they come up with something. It's like there's so many opinions that every time you break it down into any subject, really, one agency here, then one agency here, then one agency here. The more agencies there are, the more likely it is to fail. And then we have so many of them, it's one of the reasons why things don't really get done.
I love the fact that our government can just lose billions of dollars and it's okay. Nobody cares. You and I lose $100 and you're going to jail. But
right, that's not fair. That's obviously, that's a huge, huge problem right now.
It's mind-boggling. Our mayor here and our city council lost $10 million. And to find the $10 million, they just we're just going to raise taxes. So that's what they did. They jacked up the property taxes. They jacked up the taxes for schools here. So that's how you solve the problem. Instead of figuring out where we lost the $10 million, we're not going to do that. We're going to pass along the taxes to you. So that's unfortunately why I think people, and right now, man, it feels like, especially when you see our numbers here in a second, people trust the government. It's at an all-time low.
Yeah, and as it should be.
That's why we thought it was a good topic to ask for you guys, so your opinion this week on the Brew. So what do you think? Well, here comes the numbers. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much you trust the government? Von Moshanky says 2. Rudy says a big, gigantic number 2 with a turd emoji. I see where he's going there. Rock Guitar says only trust politicians who can sell ice to Eskimos. Prince Nye says no trust at all. Doesn't even pick a number. Starman says -5. That's a good one. And finally, Jules gives it a -10. Woo, I said on a scale of 1 to 10, we actually took it down into the negative territory. It's like when you go into Mario Brothers Lost levels.
There you go. Negative integers do that to you. But I think that's just, people are just pissed. That's just what it is. It's been years and years and years of people just being abused and a lack of transparency, and especially here. This is the least transparent country. So I don't blame anybody that said any of those answers. I think it's alarming that the highest answer we got was 2.
Yeah, and I was being polite by saying 3.
Yeah, you are the most. You are the A1 of everybody.
Who the hell would have thought I'm the voice of reason for the world? That's not. But it is crazy though. It does show, and here's the other thing I had to bring up a point. It shows both sides now can't even put up a good candidate. That's where people are really upset. We got the best of the worst. It almost kind of feels that way. At least in the last few elections.
Well, that's not totally true, but you don't pay attention like I do to every single race. But the thing is, it's a huge problem when people don't vote. That's what you get. So deal with it. It's on you. You're the one that's costing us all this shit.
Yeah, -10 worth. Wow, that's we took it down. I love the fact too you dropped the negative integer verb there, or adjective there. Very nice. Getting all technical on us.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is very true. And you want the truth? Well, there's lots more fun. You click on like subscribe button for all the fun here on the Jersey Joe 50 YouTube channel. Lots of fun, lots of games, and more importantly, more bar talk right here every week. And yeah, we'll go there. I mean, this is a hard topic for the show, but it is what you would talk about in the bar. I know we've had a conversation here locally in the bar about that, and I can just tell you, living in the state of New Jersey, people here are just pissed at all politicians across the board.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much nationwide. So everywhere I've gone, I haven't found anyone who's like, yeah, well, I really like the effort they're putting in, like Mickey Mouse, you know? That shit's not happening.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. Yeah, and the sad thing is, you know, I'd like to give a positive outlook. I don't have one. I'd like to give like what's the solution? I don't know.
Well, it's never going to be reached in our lifetime. I'll tell you that. There is a solution, but we're never going to see it. So just get used to it. We're like, that's just how it is.
Well, there you go. Bright outlook right to you for the bros of the brew. Yeah, nice. We could go into like a whole subtopic like the next few weeks of this show too, because it really is a tough one. But at least we've learned that, yeah, we don't trust our politicians. So, hey, once again on the brew, we finally answered a question. So, there you go. All right, well, thanks for your great comments, Jersey Joe, Ion, and you. Good luck out there, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, I hope.
From drinks full of leaves to restaurants that fat shame people into using 2 chairs, funny Cancun bar reviews on Kicking Back with Jersey Joe.